Welcome to Chinese History and Mythology.
Hey friends, welcome back to Chinese History and Mythology. In the last episode, Liu Bo fell gravely ill, and the situation in Jinzhou suddenly spiraled out of control. Cao Cao's great army was marching south, and Liu Bo originally intended to entrust Jinzhou to Liu Bei. But Liu Bei remembered the kindness Liu Bo had once shown him and refused to take advantage of a dying man. After Liu Bo passed away, Lady Sai, Kai Sai Mo, and the others secretly hid the news of his death. They placed the young Liu Kang on the throne and quietly surrendered the 9 commanderies of Jingxiang to Cao Cao. When Liu Bei learned the truth, both Cao Ming and Yang Yi urged him to seize Xiangyang while he still had the chance. But Liu Bei still could not bring himself to betray loyalty and take another man's foundation by force. In the end, he could only lead the people of Xinye in retreat toward Fencheng. Facing the 100,000 troops led by Cao Ren and Kohang Zhuge once again laid out a chain of traps. First, he used decoy troops to slow the Cao army. Then, he set Xinye ablaze. After that, Guan Yu released the waters of the Bai River, while Zhang Fei waited in ambush at Bowling Ferry. The Cao army collapsed all the way through the retreat, suffering devastating losses. And it was finally in this battle that Guan Yu and Zhang Fei truly witnessed Kong Ming's brilliance in warfare. But this victory was only temporary. Xinye had already become an empty, burned-out city. Jinzhou had surrendered to Cao Cao, and Liu Bei, carrying thousands of refugees with him, had nowhere left to retreat. Now, let us continue with today's story. Now, when Guan Yu released the waters from upstream, Zhang Fei charged out from downstream and cut straight into Cao Ren as defeated the army. The two sides clashed in fierce battle, and Zhang Fei soon ran into Xu Chu. He immediately lowered his spear and attacked. Xu Chu did not dare stay and fight for long, and quickly forced his way out and fled. Zhang Fei chased him for a short distance before meeting up with Xuande and Kong Ming. The group then followed the riverbank upstream. Lu Feng and Mi Fang had already prepared boats to receive them. After everyone crossed the Bai River, Kong Ming ordered the boats and rafts burned so the Cao army could not pursue them, and together they withdrew toward Fancheng. Cao Ren gathered the scattered remnants of his troops and temporarily camped at Xinye. He sent Cao Hong back to report the defeat to Cao Cao. After hearing the report, Cao Cao flew into a rage and said, "This village fool Zhuge Liang dares act so wildly." He immediately pushed the main army into Xinye, ordered the mountains searched and the river crossings filled, and divided his troops into 8 routes to attack Fancheng. Liu Di advised him, "My lord has only just arrived in Shenyang and should first calm the people. Liu Bei has brought the people of Xinye into Fancheng. If we attack by force, both soldiers and civilians will suffer. Better to first send someone to persuade him to surrender. That would both show your concern for the people and test Liu Bei's intentions." Cao Cao agreed and asked who should go as envoy. Liu De replied, "Xu Chu has deep ties with Liu Bei. Let him go." Cao Cao worried that Xu Chu might not return, but Liu De said, if he does not return, he will only become a laughingstock to the world. So Cao Cao ordered Xu Chu to go to Fencheng, officially to persuade surrender, but in truth to test him. When Xu Chu arrived at Fencheng, Xuande and Kong Ming personally came out to greet him. The old friends met again and felt deeply moved. Xu Chu spoke frankly. "Cao Cao sent me here to persuade surrender only for appearances, so he can buy the people's hearts. He has already divided his troops into 8 routes and filled in the Bai River. Fencheng cannot be defended for long. My lord must make plans early." Xuande wanted to keep him, but Xu Chu said, "If I do not return, I will be mocked by all under heaven. My mother is already dead, and I will regret it for the rest of my life. Though I now stand in the Cao camp, I will never offer Cao Cao even one plan or strategy. My lord already has the sleeping dragon beside him. Why worry that the great cause cannot succeed?" After saying this, he took his leave and departed. Xu Chu returned and reported to Cao Cao that Liu Bei had no intention of surrendering. Cao Cao was furious and immediately prepared to advance. Xuande then asked Kong Ming for advice. Kong Ming said, "Fancheng cannot be held for long either. We should abandon it and temporarily retreat towards Xiangyang." But Xuande could not bear to abandon the people. So Kong Ming ordered Sun Qiang and Jian Yang to announce throughout the city, "The Cao army is approaching. Anyone willing to follow Lord Liu and flee may cross the river together." When the people of the 2 counties heard this, they all wept and said, "Even if we die, we are willing to follow Lord Liu." Thus the old supported the young. Men and women traveled together, and cries of sorrow shook both riverbanks. Standing on the boat and seeing the suffering of the people, Xuande burst into tears and said, "Because of me alone, the people have fallen into such misery. How can I still have the face to live? With that, he tried to throw himself into the river, but everyone hurried to stop him. After crossing to the southern bank, Xuandi saw that many people still remained on the northern shore, so he ordered Guan Yu to turn the boats back to rescue them before finally continuing onward. The columns soon reached the eastern gate of Xiangyang, only to see banners lined tightly along the walls and deer-horn barricades set outside the city. Xuandi shouted loudly, "Nephew Liu Kang, I have come only to save the people and mean no harm. Please open the gates." Liu Kang was too frightened to appear, while Kaisimo and Zhang Yun instead ordered the soldiers to shoot arrows. The people outside the city burst into loud crying. Just then, a general inside the city led several hundred men up onto the walls and shouted angrily, "Taimo, Zhang Yong, you traitors selling out the nation. Lord Liu has come to save the people. How dare you block him?" This man was Wei Yan of Yang, courtesy name, Wen Cheng. He swung his blade and cut down the guards, opened the gates, lowered the drawbridge, and called for Xuandi to enter the city and destroy the Kai clan together. Zhang Fei was about to charge in when Xuandi stopped him and said, "We must not alarm the people." Soon after, Wen Pin arrived with troops and began fighting Wei Yan near the city walls. Seeing the chaos inside the city, Xuandi sighed and said, "I wished to protect the people, yet instead I have frightened them. Shangyang cannot be entered." Kong Ming said, "Jiangling is the strategic center of Jinzhou. Better to seize Jiangling first and settle the people there." Xuandi therefore bypassed Shangyang and led the people toward Jiangling. Wei Yan fought Wen Pin until his troops were exhausted and finally fled, later taking refuge under Han Xuan, governor of Changsha. Yuan's company now numbered more than 100,000 soldiers and civilians, with thousands of carts and countless people carrying loads on their shoulders. When they passed the tomb of Liu Bei, Xuandi led everyone in mourning and cried, "Liu Bei is without virtue or ability and has failed the trust my elder brother gave me before his death. This is my sin alone and has nothing to do with the people. May my brother's spirit protect the people of Jinjiang and keep them safe." Soldiers and civilians alike wept upon hearing this. At this moment, scouts reported, Cao Ren's great army has already reached Fancheng and is preparing to cross the river in pursuit. The generals urged Xuandi to abandon the people and ride swiftly to Jiangling with light cavalry. Xuandi cried out, "Anyone who hopes to accomplish great things must place the people first. Since the people have entrusted themselves to me, how can I abandon them?" So he still led the people forward slowly. Seeing the enemy closing in, Kong Ming advised sending Guan Yu to Jiangshi to ask Lu Qi for reinforcements. Xuandi wrote a letter and sent Guan Yu and Sun Qian with 500 men to Jiangshi. He also ordered Zhang Fei to guard the rear, Xiao Yun to protect the elderly, women, and children, while he himself continued leading the people onward. After Cao Ren entered Xiangyang, he summoned Liu Kang. Sai Mo and Zhang Yun arrived first at the Salcam, flattering him endlessly and revealing all details about Jinzhou's troops, grain stores, and warships. Cao Ren appointed Sai Mo as commander of the navy and Zhang Yun as deputy commander, appearing to trust them greatly, though in truth he only wished to borrow their familiarity with naval warfare. Liu Kang then arrived with Lady Sai and presented the seals and symbols of authority. Cao Ren comforted them with a few words, but then appointed Liu Kang governor of Qingzhou and ordered him to leave Jinzhou immediately. Liu Kang did not wish to go far away, but Cao Ren refused to allow him to stay. After Liu Kang and his mother departed, Cao Ren secretly ordered Yu Jin to hunt them down. Yu Jin caught up with Liu Kang and Lady Sai. Wang Wei resisted desperately but was killed in the chaos. In the end, Liu Kang and his mother were both killed, and Cao Ren thus removed all future trouble. Afterward, Cao Ren asked why Wen Ping had been so slow to arrive. Wen Ping answered, "I served my former lord, yet failed to preserve his lands. I was too ashamed to come sooner." Cao Ren praised his loyalty and righteousness and appointed him governor of Jiangxia. Zhang Yu reminded Cao Ren, Jiangling holds abundant grain and supplies. If Liu Bei reaches it first, it will become a serious future threat. Cao Ren immediately selected 5,000 elite cavalrymen and ordered them to catch Liu Bei within a single day and night, while the main army followed behind. Xuandi led the hundreds of thousands of civilians at a pace of barely more than 10 li per day. After Kong Ming departed for Jiangxia to seek aid, Xuandi traveled together with Jian Yang, Miju, and Mi Feng. Suddenly, violent winds rose along the road, kicking up dust that darkened the sky. After casting a divination, Jian Yang turned pale and said, "This is a terrible omen. Disaster will likely strike tonight. My lord should immediately abandon the people and flee first. Xuandi answered, the people have followed me from Xinye all the way here. How can I abandon them and leave? Thus, the column temporarily camped beneath Jing Mountain in Dangyang County. At the fourth watch of the night, thunderous cries of battle suddenly rose from the northwest as the Cao cavalry arrived in pursuit. Xuandi led 2,000 elite troops into battle, but they could not hold the enemy back. Luckily, Zhang Fei arrived and fought desperately to rescue Xuandi, escorting him eastward. Along the way, they encountered Wen Pin blocking the road. Xuandi cursed him loudly. You betrayed your former lord. How can you still have the face to meet others? Wen Pin felt ashamed and withdrew. By dawn, only a little over 100 riders remained around Xuandi. The civilians, family members, Jian Yong, Mi Ju, Mi Feng, Zhao Yun, and all the others had vanished. Xuandi cried bitterly. Hundreds of thousands of people trusted me and suffered this catastrophe because of it. How can I not grieve? At this moment, Mi Feng arrived wounded and said, Xiao Zilong has gone over to Cao Cao. Xuandi rebuked him sharply. Zilong has followed me for many years. His heart is like iron and stone. How could wealth and rank move him? Zhang Fei did not believe it. He took more than 20 riders to Changban Bridge and ordered the soldiers to tie tree branches to the horses' tails, racing back and forth through the woods to raise clouds of dust and create the illusion of hidden troops. He himself stood on the bridge, with spear in hand, waiting for the enemy army. Now let us speak of Zhao Yun. Since the fourth watch, he had been fighting his way through the chaos, unable to find Xuandi and having also lost track of the two ladies and young Ado. Anxiety burned in his heart. He thought to himself, my lord entrusted his family to me. Now they are scattered and lost. How can I still face him? Better to risk my life searching for them. Along the road, he questioned fleeing civilians and first rescued the wounded Jian Yong from the grass. Then he found Lady Gan among the refugees. Lady Gan cried and said, Lady Mei and I were separated by the chaos. Lady Mi was holding a doe, and I do not know where they are now. Before she could finish speaking, another wave of Sao soldiers arrived, escorting Mi Ju as a prisoner to claim reward money. Xiao Yun saw this and charged forward with his spear. In a single exchange, he killed Chen Yutao, a general under Cao Ren, rescued Mi Jun, and seized 2 horses, letting Lady Gan ride ahead first. When he reached Chengdan Bridge, Zhang Fei mistakenly believed Zhao Yun had defected to Cao Cao and angrily demanded an explanation. Zhao Yun explained that he had fallen behind while searching for the ladies in a doe. He then ordered Mi Ju to escort Lady Gan to Zhaoyini, while he himself turned back once more into the enemy ranks. Zhao Yun charged back into the Cao army and soon encountered Xiao Huan, one of Cao Cao's personnel sword-bearing officers. After only one exchange, Zhao Yun stabbed Xiao Huan to death and seized the Qinggang sword from his back. This sword could slice iron like mud and was incomparably sharp. By this time, every soldier accompanying Zhao Yun had already died, leaving him entirely alone. Yet he still refused to retreat and continued searching through the chaos for Lady Mi. Finally, someone pointed the way and said, the lady was carrying the child. Her left leg was wounded, and she is sitting beside a dry well near a broken wall ahead. Zhao Yun rushed there and indeed found Lady Mi holding a doe and weeping. Zhao Yun dropped to the ground and begged forgiveness, urging her to mount the horse. But Lady Mi said, I am already badly wounded and cannot burden the general. A doe is my lord's only son. General, you must protect him and return him to his father. Xiao Yun tried again and again to persuade her, but she refused every time. As the cries of battle drew closer, she handed a doe to Zhao Yun and then threw herself into the well. Xiao Yun was overcome with grief. He pushed down the broken wall to cover the well so the Cao soldiers could not insult her body. Then he removed his armor, tied a doe tightly against his chest, mounted his horse with spear in hand, and once again fought his way out of the encirclement. Zhao Yun first killed Yan Ming and then fought Yang He. During the pursuit, Zhao Yun and his horse suddenly fell into a pit in the ground. Zhang He moved in for the kill, but suddenly saw a red glow rise from the pit, and Zhao Yun's horse leapt out again. Zhang He was so shocked that he retreated. Soon after, Ma Yan, Zhang Yi, Jiao Shu, and Zhang Nan attacked him from front and rear. Xiao Yun drew the Qingge sword and fought with all his strength. Wherever the blade passed, armor split apart and blood sprayed through the air. He cut down multiple generals of the Cao campaign, broke through the encirclement. From Jian Mountain, Cao Cao watched Jiao Yan cutting through the enemy ranks and exclaimed in admiration, "A true tiger general." I want him captured alive. He immediately ordered all armies. No hidden arrows are to be fired. Capture him alive only. Because of this command, Zhao Yuan was able to continue fighting his way through Inez's one battle. While carrying a doe in his arms, he cut down 2 great banners, seized 3 enemy spears, and killed more than 50 famous generals of the Cao camp. His battle robe soaked red with blood, Zhao Yun finally broke through the encirclement. But just as he moved forward, 2 more armies suddenly burst out from below the hillside. The commanders were Zhang Jin and Zhang Shen, generals under Shahudan. One wielded a great axe, the other a painted halberd. They blocked his path and shouted loudly, "Xiao Yun, get off your horse and surrender." Now back to Zhao Yun. The brothers Zhang Jin and Zhang Zhen blocked his path. Xiao Yun raised his spear and fought them head-on. In less than 3 rounds, he stabbed Zhang Jin to death and continued breaking through. Zhang Shen chased closely from behind, his halberd nearly reaching Zhao Yun's back. Zhao Yun suddenly turned his horse around, knocked the halberd aside with his spear, then drew the Qinggang sword with his right hand and cut Zhang Shen's helmet and head clean off with one strike. The surrounding Cao soldiers panicked and scattered. Zhao Yun seized the chance to break free and rode straight toward Changban Bridge. At this moment, Wen Pin arrived again with troops in pursuit. Zhao Yun and his horse were already exhausted, but just as he reached the bridge, he saw Zhang Fei standing there on horseback with spear in hand, guarding the crossing alone. Zhao Yun shouted, "Yide, come help me!" Zhang Fei answered, "Zilong, go quickly. I will hold off the pursuers." After crossing the bridge, Zhao Yun galloped ahead and finally caught up with Zhuande. Kneeling on the ground in tears, he told Zhuande how Lady Mi had been wounded and thrown herself into the well, and how he had carried a doe through the enemy lines. He also said that a doe had made no sound the entire way and feared the child might not survive. But when they opened Zhao Yan's cloak, Ado was still sleeping peacefully. Overjoyed, Zhao Yun carefully handed the child over with both hands. Xuandi took a doe, but instead threw him to the ground and said, "For the sake of this child, I nearly lost one of my greatest generals." Zhao Yun hurriedly picked the doe up and knelt again, crying, "Even if Xiao Yun's body were crushed to pieces, I could never repay my lord's great kindness." When Wen Pin reached Changban Bridge, he saw Zhang Fei standing there with furious eyes and spear in hand, while clouds of dust rose from the woods east of the bridge as if hidden troops were concealed there. He dared not approach. Soon Cao Ren, Shahu Yuan, Zhang Liao, Zhang He, Xu Chu, and the other generals also arrived. Suspecting another ambush arranged by Zhu Zhiliang, they all stopped west of the bridge. Cao Cao personally rode forward to inspect the situation. Suddenly Zhang Fei roared, "I am Jiang Yai of Yan. Who dares fight me to the death?" His voice thundered like a storm, and every soldier in the Cao army trembled in fear. Cao Cao remembered Guan Yu saying that Zhang Fei could take the head of an enemy general from within an army of 1,000,000 men, and he became even more wary. Zhang Fei roared again in fury. Xiahou Ji, standing beside Cao Cao, was so terrified that he fell from his horse and died on the spot. The Cao army instantly fell into chaos. Even Cao Cao hurriedly ordered a retreat. In the confusion, countless soldiers dropped weapons and armor or trampled one another in panic. Seeing the Cao army withdraw, Zhang Fei did not dare pursue too far. Instead, he ordered the Changban Bridge destroyed and returned to Zhuandi. After hearing this, Zhuandi said, "Your courage is unmatched, but you lacked careful thought. If you had left the bridge standing, Cao Cao would still suspect an ambush. The moment you destroyed it, he knew our forces were few and our hearts uncertain. He will surely continue the pursuit." And indeed, when Cao Cao heard the bridge had been destroyed and Zhang Fei had withdrawn, he immediately ordered floating bridges built and continued chasing after them. Xuandi had no choice but to lead everyone along smaller roads toward Hanjin and Mianyang. As Xuandi's group neared Hanjin, dust suddenly rose again behind them as the Cao army closed in once more. Cao Cao said to his generals, "Liu Bei is now like a fish trapped in a boiling pot and a tiger locked in a cage. If we let him go now, it will be the same as releasing a tiger back into the mountains." The armies then pressed forward with all their strength. Just as Zhuande faced grave danger, loud war drums suddenly sounded from behind the hills, and a force of soldiers charged out. At the front rode a general carrying the green dragon blade and mounted on the red hare horse. It was Guan Yu. Guan Yu had borrowed 10,000 troops from Jiangsha and, after hearing of the battle at Changban, rushed over specially to reinforce them. When Cao Cao saw Guan Yu appear, he thought he had once again fallen into Zhuge Liang's trap and immediately pulled back his troops. Guan Yu pursued them for more than 10 li before returning to escort Xuande safely to Hanjin. Boats were already waiting at Hanjin. Guan Yu invited Xuande, Lady Gan, and Ado aboard and asked about Lady Mi. Xuande sorrowfully recounted the events at Denyang. While they were speaking, dense lines of warships suddenly appeared across the river. Xuande was alarmed, but when the ships drew near, they saw Lu Qi standing at the bow, shouting, "Uncle, your nephew has arrived too late." Lu Qi boarded the ship weeping, saying he had heard Xuande was being pursued by the Cao army and had come to help. Just as their forces gathered together, another line of warships appeared from the southern waters, sailing swiftly with the wind. Liu Qi suspected they were either Cao troops or soldiers from Jiangdong. Xuande stepped out to look and saw Kongming calmly seated at the front of the ship, with Sun Qian standing behind him. Kongming said, "After arriving at Jiangsha, I first sent Jiang Cheng to wait at Hanjin. I knew Cao Cao would pursue you, and I also knew my lord would not take the main road toward Jiangling. So I asked Lu Qi to bring troops ahead of time, and I gathered additional forces from Xiaoku as reinforcement." Kongming then advised, "Xiaoku has dangerous terrain and still holds enough grain and supplies. We can temporarily defend ourselves there. My lord should first settle at Xiaoku, while Lu Qi returns to Jiangxia to prepare warships and weapons. The two places can support one another and resist Cao Cao together." Xuande accepted the plan. He left Guan Yu with 5,000 men to defend Xiaoku, while he himself, together with Kongming and Lu Qi, headed toward Yangxia. Because he suspected Guan Yu might still have hidden troops waiting, Cao Cao no longer dared continue pursuing Xuande. At the same time, he feared Liu Bei might seize Jiangling first, so he rode through the night toward the city. Deng Yi, the chief administrator, and Lu Xian, the assistant governor, knew resistance was hopeless and surrendered Jianggo's soldiers and civilians. After entering the city, Cao took calm to the people, rewarded the officials of Jinggo, and discussed his next move. Zun Yu proposed, "Liu Bei has fled to Jiangxia. If he joins forces with Eastern Wu, future troubles will be endless. We should send a proclamation to Sun Quan and invite him to attack Liu Bei together. Once successful, we can divide Jinzhou between us." Cao Cao agreed. He sent envoys to Eastern Wu while reorganizing his naval and land forces. Though the army claimed a number 1 million, the real total was about 830,000. They spread along the riverbanks in a display so mighty that all Jianghan shook with fear. At this time, Sun Quan was stationed at Chaisong. Hearing that Cao Cao had already taken Chaoyangyan and Jianggong, he summoned his advisors for discussion. Lu Su stepped forward and said, "Jinzhou borders Jiandong. Its terrain is strategic and its people prosperous. If we can seize it, it will become the foundation of our state. Now that Liu Bo has just died and Liu Bei has suffered defeat, I wish to go to Yangxie to offer condolences. While there, I can persuade Liu Bei to ally with Jiangdong and resist Cao Cao together." Sun Quan approved and sent Liu Su with gifts to Jiangxia. At the same time, Kongming also said to Zhuande, "Cao Cao's suka is too great for us to resist alone right now. But if we can unite with Eastern Wu and create a balance between North and South, then we can seize opportunity from the middle." Zhuande worried that Jiangdong might refuse to help, but Kongming smiled and said, "With Cao Cao's massive army pressing southward, Jiangdong will certainly send someone to investigate the situation. As soon as they arrive, I will use the opportunity to go to Wu myself and persuade Sun Quan." No sooner had he spoken than someone came to report, "Lu Su of Eastern Mu has arrived by ship to offer condolences." Kongming smiled and said, "The great matter can now succeed." He reminded Xuande that Lu Su had not truly come to mourn, but to learn the truth about the Cao army. Xuande received Lu Su according to the plan. During the banquet, Lu Su indeed asked about Cao Su's troop strength. Xuande pretended weakness and said he had only fled in panic and did not know the details. When Lu Su pressed again, Xuande replied, "That matter should be discussed with Kongming." Lu Su therefore requested to meet Kongming. After meeting Kongming, Lu Su asked about the current situation. Kongming deliberately said that Liu Bei's forces were weak and scattered, and that they could only temporarily retreat, perhaps seeking refuge under Wu Chen, governor of Kangwu. Lu Su immediately advised, "Wu Chen has few troops and little grain. He cannot be relied upon. General Sun controls the 6 commanderies of Jiangdong with strong armies, abundant supplies, and deep respect for worthy men. Why not come with me to meet General Sun and discuss great plans together?" Kongming modestly declined, saying Liu Bei and Sun Quan had no previous friendship and that he himself might not be suitable as envoy. Lu Su then added that Kongming's elder brother Zhu Jin was already serving in Jiangdong and had long hoped to see him again. Xuande pretended reluctance to let Kongming leave, while Kongming smoothly requested permission to travel to Jiangdong. Only then did Xuande agree. Thus, Lu Su took leave of Lu Qi and Xuande, boarded the ship with Kongming, and sailed straight toward Chaisang. Lu Su and Kongming took leave of Xuande and Lu Qi, then boarded a boat and set off for Jisang. Along the way, Lu Su repeatedly reminded Kongming, "When you meet my lord, please do not emphasize too heavily how many troops Cao Ren has." Kongming smiled and said, "Zijing, do not worry. I know what to do." When the boat reached Chaisong, Lu Su first asked Kongming to rest at the guest house, while he went into the residence to see Sun Quan. At that time, Sun Quan was discussing military and state affairs with his civil and military officials. When he saw Lu Su return, he asked, "Zijing, what did you learn from your trip to Jiangsha?" Lu Su said, "I have roughly understood the situation. Please allow me to report it slowly." Sun Quan first handed him the proclamation Cao Cao had sent. The general meaning of the proclamation was that Cao Cao had received the emperor's command to campaign south. Liu Kang had already surrendered without resistance, and the people of Jinzhou had submitted as soon as they heard of his arrival. Now he commanded 1,000,000 mighty soldiers and 1,000 great generals. He wished to hunt together with Sun Quan at Jiangsha, jointly attack Liu Bei, divide Jinzhou, and form a lasting alliance with Jiangdong. He hoped Sun Quan would give an answer as soon as possible. After Lu Su finished reading, he asked Sun Quan what he thought. Sun Quan said, "I have not made up my mind yet." Zhang Zhao was the first to advise him, saying, "Cao Cao now uses the emperor's name to command the lords, and he also controls 1,000,000 soldiers. What Jiangdong has relied on has always been the natural defense of the Yangtze River, but now that Zhengzhou has fallen to Cao Cao, half of that river defense has already been taken by him. Judging by the situation now, it will be hard for us to resist. We might as well submit early, so the 6 commanderies of Jiangdong can remain safe." Many advisors in the hall agreed with him. Sun Quan lowered his head in thought and still gave no answer. Soon, Sun Quan rose to change clothes, and Lu Su immediately followed him out. Sun Quan knew Lu Su had more to say, so he took his hand and asked, "Zijing, what are you truly thinking?" Lu Su answered directly, "What they suggested just now is actually harmful to you, my lord. Everyone else may surrender to Cao Cao, but you alone cannot. A man like me, if I surrender to Cao Cao, can still return home and serve as an official, perhaps as a commandery governor or a provincial inspector. I can still preserve my family and position. But if you surrender, my lord, at most you will receive an empty title. From then on, you will have only 1 carriage, 1 horse, and a few attendants. Will you still be able to call yourself a ruler and govern Jiangdong? Those who advise surrender all have selfish motives. They are only planning for their own comfort. You must not listen to them." After hearing this, Sun Quan sighed deeply and said that everyone else had disappointed him, and only Lu Su's words matched his own thoughts. Lu Su then said, "This time when I went to Jiangxia, I also invited Zhu Jin's younger brother Zhu Jiang here. If my lord questions him in person, you will understand the truth about Cao Cao." Sun Quan decided to summon Kongming the next day. The next day, Lu Su brought Kongming before Sun Quan. Zhang Zhao Jiyong and more than 20 civil and military officials of Jiangdong were already seated. Kongming greeted them one by one, then sat in the guest seat. Seeing his clear and elegant bearing, everyone guessed that he had come to persuade them to resist Cao Cao, so they deliberately began to challenge him first. Zhang Zhao asked whether Kongming compared himself to Guanzhong and Yui, then mocked Liu Bei, saying that after Liu Bei visited the thatched cottage 3 times and invited him out, everyone thought he had finally found water like a fish. Yet the result was that he lost, Xinye fled, Fen Cheng was defeated at Dingyang, retreated to Shahu, and had nowhere left to stand. In the end, he was even worse off than before. Kongming smiled after hearing this and said, "When a great ROC spreads its wings for 10,000 li, how could a little bird understand it? My lord had few soldiers and few generals. Xinye was only a tiny county, with little grain, insufficient supplies, and untrained troops. It was only a temporary shelter. Even so, the burning of Boan and the release of the Bai River already frightened Shahu Dan and Cao Ren. As for Lu King surrendering to Cao Cao, it was not that my lord could not take Jinzhou. He simply could not bear to seize the inheritance of a kinsman in distress. As for the defeat at Denyang, it was not that he could not seize Zhongling first. It was because the people, old and young, willingly followed him, and my lord could not bear to abandon them, so he marched only 10 li a day. When the few fight the many, a temporary defeat is common in warfare. What is truly laughable is those who speak grand theories in ordinary times, yet on the battlefield cannot offer a single useful plan. Xiang Zhao was left speechless. Yu Fan then asked, Cao Cao claims to have 1 million soldiers and Jiangshai is in immediate danger. You come here after defeat to seek aid, yet still say you are not afraid. Is that not deceiving us? Kongming answered, Liu Yuzhou has few troops, so he withdrew to Shioku to wait for the right moment. Jiangdong has elite soldiers, abundant grain, and the natural defense of the Yangtze River, yet some people advise your lord to kneel and surrender to Cao Cao. Are they not afraid of being mocked by the whole world? If we speak of not fearing Cao Cao, Liu Yugo is the one who truly does not fear him. Yu Fan could not respond. Uzi then asked whether Kongming was imitating Su Qin and Zhang Yi, traveling among lords to persuade them. Kongming said Su Qin carried the seals of 6 states, and Zhang Yi twice became prime minister of Qin. Both were men of great talent who could support states and shape the world. How can they be compared with people who hear Salta SMT show of power and become so frightened that they beg to surrender? Uzi also fell silent. Zuzan then said that the fate of the Han was exhausted, and Cao Cao already controlled more than half the empire. For Liu Bei to continue resisting him was like striking stone with an egg. Kongming sternly rebuked him, saying, Since you are a Han official, when you see a traitor bullying the emperor, you should unite with others to punish him. Cao Cao has received generations of favor from the Han, yet he harbors the heart of a usurper. All under heaven are furious with him. You call usurpation destiny. That makes you a man without father or ruler. I do not care to speak with you further. Zhu Zong's face filled with shame. Lu Ji then mocked Liu Bei as nothing more than a man who once wove mats and sold sandals, saying his royal blood might not even be reliable. So how could he resist Cao Cao? Kongming replied, If Cao Cao truly descends from Cao Cao, then he should serve the Han for generations. Now he deceives the emperor and defies his superiors. Not only does he show no respect for ruler or father, he also disgraces his ancestors. My lord, Liu Yuzhou, is a kinsman of the Han house. The emperor personally checked the imperial genealogy and granted him rank. How can you speak recklessly about that? Besides, Emperor Gaozu Lubang was once only a minor Tingzhang, yet he later gained the empire. What shame is there in weaving mats and selling sandals? Lu Ji could not answer either. Yan Jun asked Kongming what classics he had studied. Kongming said, Those who only search for phrases and pick apart sentences are rotten scholars. How could they govern a country and bring peace to the people? Men like Yi Yin, Jiang Sheng, Zheng Lang, and Qin Ping relied on talent that could manage the world and save the people, not on playing with words in a study. Jingbing then said Kongming liked to boast and might not have real ability. Kongming distinguished between the scholar of noble character and the petty scholar. He said a noble scholar is loyal to the ruler, loves the country, holds to the right path, and uses learning to serve the world. A petty scholar knows only trivial skills, fills pages with writing, yet cannot offer one practical policy. Seeing Kongming answer smoothly and powerfully, everyone's expression changed. Zhang Wen and Luo Tong were about to continue challenging him when Huang Gai suddenly walked in from outside and shouted, Kongming is a rare talent of this age, yet each of you only uses clever words to make things difficult for him. Is this how guests should be treated? Now, Cao Cao's great army is pressing toward us, and instead of thinking of a way to resist the enemy, you waste time here in empty debate. Huang Gai then turned to Kongming and said, If you truly have a firm and valuable plan, sir, you should speak directly to my lord. Why argue endlessly with these people? Kongming answered, They do not understand affairs of state, yet insist on asking questions. I cannot refuse to answer. After that, Huang Gai and Lu Su led Kongming inside. On the way, they met Zhu Jin. Zhu Jin asked why Kongming had come to Jiangdong without first seeing his elder brother. Kongming replied, Since I have already joined Liu Yuzhou, public duty must come before private affection. Until official business is finished, I dare not first speak of family matters. Sun Quan personally came down the steps to welcome Kongming and treated him with great courtesy. Kongming secretly observed Sun Quan and saw that he had blue-green eyes, a purple beard, and an extraordinary bearing. He thought, This man cannot be softly persuaded. He can only be provoked. Sun Quan asked about the real strength of the Cao army. Coming deliberately said that Cao Cao had more than 1 million soldiers by land and water, with hundreds and thousands of capable strategists and seasoned generals. Now he had deployed along the river and was building warships, clearly intending to swallow Jiangdong. Sun Quan asked, "If that is truly the case, should we fight or surrender?" Ming said, "If you, General, can use the forces of Guan Yu to resist the Central Plains, then you should cut off relations with Cao Cao at once. If you cannot, then you might as well follow the advice of Zhang Zhao and the others. Dismiss your troops and submit as a vassal." Sun Quan asked again, "Then why does Liu Yuzhou not surrender?" Ming replied, "Tian Heng was only a warrior of Qi, yet he kept his honor and would not suffer humiliation. How much more so Liu Yuzhou, a descendant of the Han imperial house and a hero beyond his age? How could he bow beneath Cao Cao?" Sun Quan understood that Ming was provoking him. His face changed, and he swept his sleeve aside and went into the rear hall. After everyone dispersed, Lu Su blamed Ming for speaking too sharply. Ming only smiled and said, "If General Sun cannot even bear this much, how could he be worthy of seeking the empire? I do have a plan to defeat Cao Cao. He simply did not ask, so I could not offer it first." Lu Su hurried inside to report this to Sun Quan. Sun Quan had been angry, but when he heard Ming had a plan, his anger turned to joy. He understood that Ming had deliberately provoked him, so he personally came out, invited Ming into the rear hall for a detailed discussion, and apologized to him. After several rounds of wine, Sun Quan spoke frankly. "The men Cao Cao feared in his life are mostly gone now. Only Liu Yuzhou and I remain. I cannot hold the 6 commanderies of Jiandong and still be controlled by another man. But Liu Yuzhou has just suffered defeat. Can he still resist Cao Cao?" Ming answered, "Though Liu Yuzhou was defeated, Guan Yu still has 10,000 elite soldiers, and Liu Qi's troops in Jiangshaya also number more than 10,000. Cao Cao has come from far away, and his soldiers are exhausted. Especially when pursuing Yuzhou, his light cavalry marched 300 li in 1 day and 1 night. They're already like an arrow at the end of its flight. Besides, northern soldiers are not used to naval warfare, and the surrendered troops of Jinzhou may not truly obey him. If you, General, can work together with Liu Yuzhou, Cao Cao can be defeated very soon. Once Cao Cao is defeated and returns north, Jinzhou and Jinzhou can join hands and rise together. From there, the shape of a 3-part division of the realm will begin. Success or failure depends entirely on the decision you make today." Sun Quan was delighted and said, "Your words have opened my mind completely. I have decided to raise troops and resist Cao Cao together with Liu Yuzhou." Sun Quan ordered Lu Su to inform the ministers of his decision and arranged for Ming to stay temporarily at the guest house. When Zhang Zhao and the others heard that Sun Quan intended to go to war, they hurried back into the palace to advise against it, saying that Cao Cao's military power was now overwhelming, and if Jiangdong acted rashly, it would be like carrying firewood to put out a fire. Zhu Yong also said that Liu Bei had been defeated and was only trying to borrow Jiangdong's troops to shield himself from disaster, so they must not be used by him. After hearing this, Sun Quan again fell silent, and his heart wavered. Lu Su then entered and rebuked the peace faction, saying they cared only about their wives, children, and private wealth, not the great future of Jiandong. But Sun Quan still hesitated and only told Lu Su to withdraw for the moment. For a time, the court of Jiangdong split into 2 factions. Most military generals favored war, while most civil officials leaned toward surrender. Arguments spread everywhere, and no one could agree. Sun Quan returned to his inner residence. All day he could not eat or drink in peace, and at night he could not sleep. Lady Wu saw his troubled expression and asked him the reason. After hearing the situation, she said sternly, "Have you forgotten what my elder sister told you before she died?" Hearing these words, Sun Quan suddenly woke as if from a dream. He remembered that before his mother died, she had solemnly instructed him, "For internal affairs, ask Zhang Zhao. For external affairs, ask Zhou Yu." Lady Wu saw that Sun Quan still could not make up his mind, so she reminded him, "Do you still remember what my elder sister said before she died? Wu Fu once instructed you. For internal affairs, ask Yang Zhao. For military affairs, asked Zhou Yu. Now a great enemy is right before us. Why have you not asked, Gong Jin?" Sun Quan was delighted when he heard this, and immediately sent men to Poyang to invite Zhou Yu back. In fact, Zhou Yu had been training the navy on Poyang Lake. When he heard that Cao Cao's gritty army was pressing south, he had already rushed to Chaisang overnight. Lu Su was closest to Zhou Yu, so he immediately went to meet him and told him in detail about Cao Cao's southward campaign. Sun Quan's hesitation, the endless arguments among Jiangdong's civil and military officials, and how Coming had come to Wu and stirred Sun Quan's resolve. After hearing this, Zhou Yu said, "Zijing, there is no need to worry. I have my own plan. First, invite Kongming to come see me." Zhou Yu had just settled in when Zhang Zhao, Zhu Yang, Zhang Hong, Bu Zi, and other civil officials came to visit him. Zhang Zhao said, "Talta commands 1,000,000 troops and is stationed along the Han River. He has also sent a proclamation saying he wishes to hunt together with our lord at Zhengxie." On the surface, this sounds like an alliance, but in truth, he means to swallow Jiangdong. "We advised our lord to accept Cao Cao estimates for the moment, so Jiangdong can remain safe." But unexpectedly, Lu Su brought Zhuge Liang here, and that man deliberately used fierce words to provoke our lord. He wants to borrow Jiangdong's troops to avenge Liu Bei. Zhou Yu asked whether everyone shared the same opinion, and they all said yes. Zhou Yu then deliberately said, "Actually, I have long had the intention to surrender as well. Please, go back first. Tomorrow, after I meet our lord, I will give my answer." Zhang Zhao and the others felt reassured and left. Not long after, Cheng Pu, Huang Gai, Han Dang, and other military generals came to see Zhou Yu. Cheng Pu said, "We followed the Sun family, father and son, through campaigns north and south, and only then did we win the 6 commanderies of Jiangdong. If we bow to Salto now, would that not be shameful? We would rather die than surrender. We only hope the commander will urge our lord to stand firm and resist Tal." Wang Gai even struck the table and said, "My head may be cut off, but I will never surrender to Cao Cao." The other generals all agreed. Only then did Zhou Yu say, "I already intend to fight Cao to the death. How could I surrender? Please go back first. Tomorrow, there will be a decision in our lord's residence. After that, Zhuge Jin, Elfan, Elmen, Yanning, and others also came one after another to ask him. Some supported war, some supported surrender, and they argued without end. Zhou Yu only said, "There is no need to say more. Tomorrow, come together to our lord's place, and we will discuss it openly." After sending everyone away, Zhou Yu still gave a cold smile. That evening, Lu Su brought Calming to see Zhou Yu. Lu Su asked, "Now, whether we fight or make peace depends entirely on your decision. General, may I ask what you intend to do?" Zhou Yu deliberately said, "Cao Cao is using the Emperor's banner, and his power is now at its height. If we fight him head-on, we will surely lose. If we surrender, we can preserve the people. I have already decided to advise our lord tomorrow to ask for surrender." Lu Su was shocked and urged him. Jiangdong's foundation has been passed down for 3 generations. Before Bofu died, he also entrusted external military affairs to you. How can you hand everything over in a single day? Zhou Yu said, "Once war begins, the people of the 6 commanderies of Jiangdong will suffer. I am thinking precisely for the sake of the people." As the two argued, Kongming stood beside them and laughed coldly. Zhou Yu asked why he was laughing. Kongming said, "I am laughing because Zijing does not understand the times. Gong Jing's wish to submit to Cao Cao is extremely reasonable." Lu Su did not understand. Kongming continued, "Cao Cao is skilled in warfare. El Bu, Yuan Shao, Yuan Shu, Lu Bo, and others have all been destroyed by him. Now, no one can stop him. Liu Yuzhou is alone in Zhangsha, and whether he lives or dies is uncertain. If the general submits, not only can you preserve wealth and honor for your wife and children, you can also spare the people of Jiangdong from disaster." Lu Su said angrily, "Are you telling my lord to kneel before a traitor to the state?" Kongming said, "Actually, there is no need to lead sheep, carry wine, surrender land, or present seals, nor does your lord need to cross the river in person to surrender. You only need to send a small boat and deliver the people to Cao Cao. His 1,000,000-man army will naturally withdraw." Zhou Yu froze and quickly asked, "Which 2 people could carry such weight?" Kongming deliberately said, "If Jiangdong loses these 2 people, it is no more than a tree losing 1 leaf or a granary losing 1 grain of rice. It means almost nothing. But once Cao Cao obtains them, he will be fully satisfied." Zhou Yu grew even more doubtful and pressed him to say who they were. Only then did Kongming say that Cao Cao had built the Bronze Sparrow Terrace by the Jiang River with extreme luxury, hoping to gather all the beautiful women in the world. He had also heard that Lord Qiao of Jiangdong had 2 daughters, Da Qiao and Zhao Qiao, both unmatched in beauty, and he had long wished to take them into the terrace. On the surface, he had raised troops and marched south, but in truth, He was coming for the 2 kiaos. If Jiang Dong offered them to him, Cao Cao would get what he wanted and naturally withdraw his army. This was exactly like Fan Li offering. Zhou Yu asked what proof he had. Calming then said that Cao Zi had once written the Bronze Sparrow Terrace Rhapsody, and that the ambitions of Cao Cao and his son were already written in it. He then recited it to Zhou Yu on the spot. After Zhou Yu heard it, he flew into a rage, struck the table, and cursed. That old thief has gone too far. Calming deliberately continued to persuade him. In the past, the Han court even sent princesses for marriage alliances. Now these are only 2 women. What is there to regret? Zhou, you said angrily. You do not know this. Da Qiao was the wife of son Bufu, and Zhao Qiao is my own wife. Calming immediately pretended to panic and said he had not known this and that he deserved death for his offense. Zhou Yu said, Cao Cao and I cannot exist under the same sky. What I said earlier about surrender was only to test you, sir. From the moment I left Poyang, I had already decided to march north and punish the traitor. Even if axes were placed against my neck, I would not change my mind. I hope you will assist me, Calming, and help us defeat Cao Cao together. Calming answered, If you do not reject me, General, I am willing to serve with all my strength and obey your command at any time. That night, Zhou Yun and Calming outwardly showed respect for each other, but in truth, each had already seen the other's sharpness. Lu Su saw it clearly from the side. He only knew that the great matter of resisting Cao had taken a turn, but he did not yet know that between these 2 extraordinary minds, a hidden contest had already begun. The next day, Sun Quan held court and summoned his civil and military officials to discuss affairs. On the left stood Zhang Zhao Zhu Yong and more than 30 civil officials. On the right stood Cheng Pu, Huang Gai, and more than 30 military generals. The 2 ranks stood in order, and the atmosphere was solemn. After Zhou Yu entered the hall, he first asked Sun Quan what he thought of Cao Cao's proclamation. Sun Quan said that some officials wanted surrender and others wanted war, and he had not yet decided. Zhou Yu then openly refuted Zhang Zhao's plan to surrender to Cao Zi. He said that although Cao Cao called himself the Han Chancellor, he was in truth a Han traitor. Jiandong had inherited the foundation built by Sun Quan's father and brother with elite soldiers and abundant grain. How could they bow as subjects to a traitor? Besides, Cao Zong's campaign had 4 great weaknesses. In the north, Ma Ten and Han Sui still remained as future threats, yet he had exhausted his forces by marching south. Northern troops were not used to naval warfare, yet he had abandoned horses and saddles to fight with boats. It was now the middle of winter, and the war horses lacked grass, and soldiers from the central plains marching far into Jiangnan would not be used to the climate and would surely fall ill. Such an army, no matter how many men it had, was not worth fearing. Zhou Yu requested command, saying, I need only tens of thousands of elite troops. I am willing to station at Shioku and defeat Cao for my lord. Sun Quan's blood surged as he listened. He stood and said, That old thief Cao Cao has long had the ambition to depose the Han and establish himself. In the past, he feared the 2 Yuan Zhaobu, Lu Bo, and our Jiangdong. Now those men are gone. If I still do not resist Cao, would I not be handing over Jiangdong's foundation with both hands? After saying this, he drew his sword and cut off the corner of the table. Then he said loudly, From now on, whoever advises me to surrender to Cao will be like this table. He then gave his own sword to Zhou Yu, appointed Zhou Yu as Grand Commander, Cheng Pu as Deputy Commander, and Lu Su as Colonel Advisor to the army. He also announced that anyone who disobeyed orders would be executed under military law. After receiving the sword, Zhou Yu said to everyone, I have received my lord's command to lead the army and defeat Cao. Tomorrow, all of you must come to the riverside camp to receive orders. Anyone late or absent will be punished according to the army's prohibitions. Seeing that Sun Quan's decision was firm, the civil and military officials no longer dared to say anything. After the meeting, Zhou Yu invited Calming to discuss the plan to defeat Cao. Calming said, General Sun still fears the size of Cao Cao Mi and has not become fully firm. If you can explain the truth about the enemy's numbers and strength, the great matter can succeed. Zhou Yu nodded. That night, he went in again to see Sun Quan and explained that Cao Cao has so-called 1 million troops were mostly an exaggeration. His Central Plains troops numbered only around 150 to 160,000, and they had long been exhausted. The former Yuan Shao troops he had absorbed numbered only around 70 to 80,000, and many among them were unstable in loyalty. Tired soldiers plus doubtful soldiers, no matter how many, were of little use. Zhou Yu said he needed only 50,000 elite troops to defeat the enemy, and there was no need to be frightened by the word million in Cao Cao's proclamation. After hearing this, Sun Quan felt completely reassured. He patted Zhou Yu on the back and said, "Only you and Zijing share one heart with me. Choose your troops without worry. I will provide grain and reinforcements. If the front army suffers defeat, I will personally go to battle and fight Cao Cao to the death." Zhou Yu thanked him and left, but secretly thought, Cao Ming saw through Sun Quan's mind long ago. His strategy is even above mine. This man will surely become a great danger to Jiandong in the future. It would be better to eliminate him early. That very night, he summoned Lu Su into his tent and proposed killing Cao Ming. Lu Su hurriedly stopped him, saying, "The Toe Trader has not yet been defeated. If we kill a worthy man first, that is like cutting off our own arm." Lu Su also suggested that they might instead ask Zhu Zhijin to persuade Cao Ming to join Eastern Wu. Zhou Yu thought this made sense and set the matter aside for the moment. The next day, Zhou Yu took his seat in the military camp, with guards holding blades and axes on both sides, while the generals received orders. Zhou Yu made military law clear, saying this campaign was under their lord's command to punish Cao Cao. Those with merit would be rewarded, those with guilt would be punished, and no one was allowed to disturb the people. Then he assigned Han Deng and Huang Gai as the vanguard to station first at Senjianku, Jiang Qin and Zhou Tai as the second force, Ling Tang and Pen Zhang as the third force, Tai Shici and Elomang as the fourth force, Lu Zun and Dong Shi as the fifth force. Elfand and Zhu Zi were put in charge of patrolling the six commanderies and supervising the movement of both naval and land forces. Each camp and each force was given a strict deadline to prepare ships, weapons, and grain. Anyone who disobeyed would be dealt with under military law. Cheng Pu had originally been displeased because Zhou Yu's rank was above his own. He claimed illness and did not come, sending only his son Cheng Zi to receive orders. When Cheng Zai returned, he told his father how Zhou Yu had deployed the troops with order and how strict his military discipline was. Cheng Pu was shocked and said, "I once thought Zhou Leng had a gentle nature and was not fit to command. I did not expect him to be a true general." So he personally went to the camp to apologize to Zhou Yu, and Zhou Yu treated him with humility and courtesy. Afterward, Zhou Yu asked Zhu Zhijin to come forward and persuade Kan Ming to join Wu. Zhu Zhijin went to the guest house to see Kan Ming. When the two brothers met, they wept and bowed to each other. Zhu Zhen used the example of Bo Yi and Shu Qi, who could not bear to separate as brothers, to persuade Kang Ming to stay in Jiangdong. Kang Ming said, "Elder brother speaks from family feeling, but I must hold to greater duty. We are all ministers of the Han. Now Liu Huangshu is a descendant of the Han imperial house. If elder brother can leave Eastern Wu and join me in assisting him, then we will not fail the Han house, nor will we fail our bond as brothers." Zhu Jijin had come to persuade Kan Ming, but instead was left speechless by Kan Ming's words. He could only take his leave and report back to Zhou Yu. Zhou Yu asked about his intention, and Zhu Jijin said, "I have received deep favor from General Sun. How could I betray him?" Zhou Yun then said, "Since you are loyal to Jiandong, I will say no more. As for Kang Ming, I have my own way to deal with him." After hearing Zhu Jijin repeat Kang Ming's words, Zhou Yu became even more wary of Kang Ming and had already begun thinking of removing him. The next day, he assembled his generals and entered the palace to take leave of Sun Quan. Sun Quan said, "You lead the army first. I will follow with support." Zhou Yu then set out with Cheng Pu and Lu Su, and he specially invited Kang Ming to travel with them. Kang Ming gladly agreed. The army raised its sails and advanced toward Shiok. When they reached a place about 50 or 60 li outside Sanjianku, the ships stopped to rest. Zhou Yu set up the central camp by the western hills on the riverbank, with camps linked on all sides. Kang Ming lived alone on a small boat, quietly watching how things would unfold. After Zhou Yu settled the military affairs, he invited Kang Ming into his tent to discuss strategy. He said, back then Cao Cao had fewer troops while Yuan Shao had more, yet Cao Cao won because he accepted Su Yu's plan and first cut off the grain supplies at Wuchao. Now the Cao army has 830,000 troops, while we have only 50 or 60,000. We must also cut off their grain route first. I have learned that the Cao army's grain is stored at Zhuli Mountain. You have long been familiar with the Han River region and know the geography best. You may go with Guan Yu, Zhang Fei, and Zhao Yun to raid the grain stores, and I will send 1,000 men to assist you. This is service for each of our lords. I hope you will not refuse. Cao Ming thought to himself, he sees that he cannot persuade me, so now he is setting a trap to borrow Cao Cao's hand to kill me. If I refuse, I will seem afraid. So his expression did not change, and he agreed on the spot. Zhou Yu saw that Cao Ming had stepped into the trap and was secretly pleased. After Cao Ming left, Lu Su asked Zhou Yu what he intended. Zhou Yu whispered, I want to kill him, but I am afraid the world will mock me. So I will borrow Cao Cao's hand to get rid of him. Lu Su could not bear this, so he went to test Cao Ming. Cao Ming smiled and said, naval warfare, infantry warfare, cavalry warfare, chariot warfare, I know them all. How could I fail? Unlike the people of Jiandong, who only know one thing, Lu Su asked, are you speaking of me and Gongjian? Cao Ming said, there is a children's rhyme in Jiangnan. Laying ambushes and guarding roads, leave that to Zijing. Fighting by the river, leave water warfare to Zhou Lang. One only knows how to set ambushes on land, and the other only knows how to fight on water. Lu Su went back and told Zhou Yu. Zhou Yu was furious and said, how dare he laugh at me for not knowing land warfare? He need not go. I will personally lead 10,000 cavalry to Judy Mountain to raid the grain. Lu Su again told Cao Ming. Cao Ming said, Cao Cao has always been best at cutting off other people's grain routes. Now he must have heavy troops guarding them. If Gong Jin goes, he will fall into an ambush instead. Right now, we should first break the Northern Army's spirit on the water, then plan the next step. Please persuade him for me, Zijing. Lu Su repeated these words to Zhou Yu exactly. Zhou Yu sighed after hearing them. This man's insight is 10 times greater than mine. If he is not removed early, he will become a great danger to Eastern Wu. Lu Su urged him to put defeating Cao first and discuss Cao Ming later. Only then did Zhou Yu set the matter aside for the moment. But from this point on, Zhou Yun had already decided that Cao Ming was not only Liu Bei's strategist, but also the greatest hidden threat to Eastern Wu's future. Meanwhile, Liu Bei was stationed at Fangku. Seeing that Cao Ming had gone to Eastern Wu for a long time without sending news, he sent Mi Ju with wine and meat to Zhou Yu's camp to offer comfort and learn what was happening. After Mi Ju met Zhou Yu, he asked Cao Ming to return with him. Zhou Yu said that Cao Ming was planning the defeat of Cao with him and could not leave for now. He also said he wished to meet Liu Yuzhou. Mi Ju returned and reported this to Liu Bei. Liu Bei believed that since they were allied against Saul, he could not neglect courtesy, so he immediately prepared to take a boat to the meeting. Guan Yu warned him, Zhou Yu is full of schemes. Now, there is no letter from Cao Ming either. I fear there may be deceit. Liu Bei said, if I refuse to go, it will only make both sides suspect each other. Guan Yu insisted on going with him. Zhang Fei also wanted to go, but Liu Bei allowed only Guan Yu to accompany him and ordered Zhang Fei and Zhao Yun to guard the camp. When Zhou Yu heard that Liu Bei was coming with only one boat and 20-odd men, he was secretly delighted. He immediately ordered axemen to hide behind the screens on both sides of the tent and wait for him to throw down his cup as the signal. After Liu Bei and Guan Yu entered the tent, Zhou Yu personally welcomed them. On the surface, he showed complete courtesy, but in his heart, he was only waiting for the right moment. He invited Liu Bei to sit in the honored seat and served him fine wine. The tent seemed full of friendly conversation, but murderous intent was already hidden inside. Cao Ming happened to arrive by the river. When he heard that Liu Bei had entered Zhou Yu's camp, he was greatly alarmed and secretly slipped into the central camp to observe. He saw killing intent on Zhou Yu's face and hidden soldiers behind the screens. But when Cao Ming looked behind Liu Bei and saw Guan Yu standing there with his hand on his sword, he felt relieved and said, My lord will be safe today. Then he quietly withdrew to the riverside to wait. After several rounds of wine, Zhou Yu raised his cup and was about to give the secret signal when he suddenly saw Guan Yu standing behind Liu Bei. He asked who this man was. Liu Bei said, This is my brother, Guan Yun Cheng. Zhou Yu was shocked. Could he be the Guan Yun Cheng who killed Yan Liang and Wen Shu? Liu Bei replied, That is him. Cold sweat immediately broke out on Zhou Yu's back. He quickly offered Guan Yu a cup of wine and no longer dared to act. After Lu Su entered the tent, Liu Bei asked where Cao Ming was. Zhou Yu said that he would see him after Cao was defeated. Liu Bei saw that Zhou Yu was avoiding the question and did not press further. Guan Yu signaled with his eyes, and Liu Bei rose to take his leave. Zhou Yu did not try to keep him and escorted him out of the camp. When Liu Bei reached the riverbank, Cao Ming was already waiting on the boat. Kongming said, "If Yuncheng had not come with you, my lord would almost have died at Zhou Lang's hands today." Only then did Liu Bei understand the danger, and he asked Kongming to return with him. Kongming said, "I am in the tiger's mouth, yet I am as steady as Mount Tai. My lord need only organize the troops." After the Jiazi day, the 20th day of the 11th month, send Zilong with a small boat to the southern bank to receive me. Once the southeast wind rises, I will return. Liu Bei knew Kongming had deeper meaning, so he asked no more and departed with Guan Yu. Their boat had not gone far when 50 or 60 warships suddenly came down from upstream. At the bow stood one general holding a spear. It was Zhang Fei. It turned out that Zhang Fei had worried his elder brother might be in danger and feared Guan Yu alone might not be enough, so he had specially brought ships to receive them. Only then did the three brothers return together to Fangku. After Zhou Yu sent Liu Bei away, Lu Su asked why he had not acted. Zhou Yu said, "Guan Yuncheng was at his side. If I had made a move, he would surely have killed me." Just then, a messenger from Cao Cao delivered a letter to the camp. On the envelope were written the words, "To be opened by Commander Zhou from the Grand Chancellor of Han." Zhou Yu was furious. Without even reading the letter, he tore it apart in front of everyone and threw it to the ground. Lu Su advised him, "When two states are at war, we do not kill envoys." Zhou Yu said, "I am killing him precisely to show our strength and let Cao Cao note that Zhengdong is not a place he can bully at will." With that, he had the messenger beheaded and sent the head back to the Cao camp. Then he appointed Gan Ning as vanguard, Han Dang and Jiang Qin on the left and right, and personally commanded the main army. At the 5th watch the next morning, they would set sail and attack the Cao army. When Cao Cao heard that Zhou Yu had killed his envoy, he immediately ordered Cai Mao, Zhang Junian, and the other surrendered Jinzhou generals to lead the front force, while he commanded the rear army and hurried to Xinjiangku. Eastern Wu's warships had already covered the river. Gan Ning sat at the bow and shouted, "I am Gan Ning. Who dares fight me to the death?" Tai Mo ordered his younger brother Qisai Zun to face him. As the two boats drew near, Gan Ning bent his bow and shot an arrow. Tai Zun was struck and fell. Gan Ning pressed forward at once, and crossbows fired together. Han Dang and Jiang Qing also charged into the Cao naval formation from both wings. Most of the Cao soldiers were from Qingzhou and Chuzhou and were not used to naval warfare. Once the boats rocked, they could barely stand, and Eastern Wu's navy threw them into chaos. Seeing Gan Ning, Han Dang, and Jiang Qin succeed from 3 directions, Zhou Yu also personally sent ships to reinforce them. Arrows flew across the river like locusts, and battle cries shook the sky. The Cao fleet could not support its front and rear. From the hour of sea to the hour of Wei, many were killed or wounded. Although Zhou Yu had gained the advantage, he knew Cao Cao's forces were too great and that he must not become greedy for merit, so he ordered a retreat. Cao Cao returned defeated to his land camp and blamed Cai Mo and Zheng Yang for poor training. Tai Mo said, "The Jinzhou navy has not trained for a long time, and the Qingzhou and Xuzhou soldiers are not used to fighting on water. We must first build a naval camp, then train them in stages." Cao Cao gave him full authority. Tai, Mao, and Zhang Yang then built 24 water gates along the river. Large ships formed an outer wall, while smaller boats moved inside. Every night, the lamp stretched across the river and connected with the 300-li land camp. After Zhou Yu's victory, he rewarded the army and sent men to report the wind to Sun Quan. That night, he climbed high and looked toward the northern bank. Seeing the lights of the Cao camp stretching endlessly, his heart tightened. The next day, he personally took a tower ship to observe the Cao naval camp. Seeing its orderly arrangement, he was secretly alarmed. This naval camp is cleverly laid out. When he learned that the navy commanders were Tai Mo and Zhang Yun, he thought, these two know water warfare well. If they are not removed first, it will be hard to defeat the Cao army. The Cao troops discovered Zhou Yu spying on the camp, and Cao Cao ordered ships to chase him. Zhou Yu saw the enemy ships move, immediately raised anchor and turned the rudder. The tower ship rode the wind and sped away, and in the blink of an eye it was already far from the Cao camp. The Cao ships could not catch him, and had to return and report to Cao Cao. Cao Cao was troubled by his first defeat, and by Zhou Yu's inspection of the naval camp, and he was wondering how to defeat the enemy. Jiang Gan volunteered, saying that he and Zhou Yun had known each other since childhood, and that he was willing to go to Jiangdong to persuade him to surrender. Cao Cao was delighted and told him to take only a servant boy and travel by light boat. Jiang Gan wore a plain headscarf and simple cloth robes, bringing only one boy and 2 servants. He took a small boat to Zhou Yu's camp gate and said he had come to visit an old friend. When Zhou Yu heard the report, he smiled and said, "The persuader has arrived." He secretly arranged for the generals to cooperate with him and told everyone to follow his meaning. When they met, Zhou Yu first asked, "Zi, you have come from afar? Are you here as also as persuader?" Jiang Gan hurriedly denied it. Zhou Yi then prepared a grand banquet, gathered all the civil and military heroes of Jiangdong to accompany them, and ordered Taishi Ci to wear his sword and supervise the drinking. He announced that during the feast they would speak only of old friendship. If anyone mentioned Cao Cao or East and Wu military affairs, they would be executed at once. Jiang Gan was terrified and did not dare speak. During the feast, Zhou Yu deliberately showed Jiang Gan that Jiangdong had strong soldiers and abundant grain. He took Jiang Gan to look at the troops, then at the mountains of stored grain, and said with a smile, "When a true man meets someone who understands him, outwardly there is the duty between lord and subject. Inwardly there is the affection of flesh and blood. Fortune and disaster are shared together. Even if Su Qin, Zhang Yi, Lu Jia, and Li Sheng all came back to life, they could never shake my heart." Jiang Gan's face turned pale as he listened. Zhou Yu then returned to the tent, pointed at the generals, and said, "These are all the heroes of Jiangdong. Today's feast may be called a gathering of heroes." Late into the night, Zhou Yu danced with his sword and sang. The whole hall laughed, but Jiang Gan grew more and more uneasy. Deep in the night, Zhou Yu pretended to be very drunk and pulled Jiang Gan to sleep on the same couch. Jiang Gan could not fall asleep. He saw a roll of documents on the table and secretly got up to look. He found a letter marked, "Respectfully sealed by Si Haimo and Zhang Yang." The letter roughly said that the two had surrendered to Cao only because they were forced to, that they had now trapped the northern army, and that once the time came, they would present Cao Cao's head. Jiang Gan was shocked. Believing that Cai Mo and Zheng Yan were truly in secret contact with Eastern Wu, he hid the letter in his robe. Zhou Yu also deliberately spoke in his sleep, saying, "Zi, within a few days I will let you see the head of the Tao Treta." Jiang Gan was too frightened to make a sound and could only pretend to sleep. At the 4th watch, someone pretended to enter the tent and report. The 2 commanders, Zhang and Kai, say that now is not yet the time to act. Zhou Yu deliberately ordered him to lower his voice, then quietly left the tent, allowing Jiang Gan to hear only part of it. The more Jiang Gan thought about it, the more afraid he became, and the more certain he was that Tisi Mao and Zhang Yon were secretly connected with Eastern Wu. Jiang Gan feared that Zhou Yu would discover him after dawn, so at the 5th watch, he quietly left the camp and rode back to see Cao Cao. First, he said that Zhou Yu's will was firm and that he could not be persuaded. Then he asked Cao Cao to dismiss the people around him and presented the stolen letter. Cao Cao read it and flew into a rage. He immediately summoned Sai Mao and Zheng Yan into the tent and used the excuse of ordering them to advance. Tai Mao said the navy had not yet finished training and could not move lightly. Cao Cao shouted angrily, "When the training is finished, will you present my head to Zhou Yu?" Sai Mao and Zhang Jin did not understand what was happening and were terrified. Cao Cao immediately ordered them beheaded. After their heads were brought in, Cao Cao suddenly realized he had fallen into Zhou Yu's counterplot. The military order had already been given. The heads had already fallen, and regret was useless. The generals did not understand and kept asking why. Cao Cao knew in his heart that he had wrongly killed the 2 generals most familiar with water warfare, but he refused to admit his mistake in public. He only said coldly, "These 2 neglected military discipline, so they deserved death." After hearing this, all the generals sighed. Cao Cao then appointed Mo Ji and Yu Jin to take over the navy. When the news reached Jiangdong, Zhou Yu was delighted and said, "The ones I feared were exactly Sai Mo and Zheng Yan. Now that the 2 have been removed, I no longer fear the Cao traitor." Lu Su praised Zhou Yu's brilliant scheme, but Zhou Yu did not feel completely at ease. Instead, he said, "Although this plan succeeded, I think the generals in the army may not understand it. Only Zhu Liang will certainly see through it. If he truly has understood, then this man must be eliminated even more. Ziging, go test him. Bring up the subject and ask him about it. See whether he already knows the plan, then come back and tell me." This round was a beautiful win for Zhou Yu. He did not draw a blade, nor did he send out an army. He simply set up a gathering of heroes, and Jiang Gan personally carried the fake letter back to the Cao camp. Then, in a fit of rage, Cao Cao killed with his own hands the 2 naval commanders he needed most, Ti Sai Mo and Zhang Yan. From this moment on, although Cao Cao claimed to command 1,000,000 troops, his deadliest weakness had already been exposed. The northern soldiers were not used to fighting on water, and the Jingzhou Navy had lost the commanders who truly understood naval warfare. But Zhou Yu did not feel at ease because of this. Because he knew very well that Cao Cao was difficult to deal with, but Zhu Zhiliang was even harder to deal with. Others might not see through this counterplot, but Kong Ming surely would. If Kong Ming truly knew everything, was he only watching from the side? Or did he already have another move prepared? Zhou Yu had tried again and again to borrow Cao Zai's hand to remove Kong Ming, yet Kong Ming had escaped each time. So next, would Zhou Yu make another move? And with Lu Su caught between the two of them, could he still preserve this Sun Liu alliance? And after losing Kai Mao and Zhang Yang, had Cao Cao's Zhang truly begun to show signs of defeat? We will continue in the next episode.
If you enjoyed today's episode, feel free to give the show a like, subscribe, and share it with someone you think would enjoy it too. Thank you for spending this time with me. I will see you in the next episode.
The sky in light, knew I healed the broken heart. Fuxi traced the world's design. Every age leaves stories bright. Yaya dynasty shaped bronze. Shang dynasty cast oracle bones. Thou dynasty built right. Qin dynasty forged the great walls. Han dynasty opened Silk Road winds. Three Kingdoms dynasty turned war to tales. Jin dynasty led ink and mountains bloom. Sui dynasty carved the Grand Canal. Tang dynasty crowned the world with art. Song dynasty raised learning's flame. Yun dynasty swept the northern plains. Ming dynasty strengthened walls again. Qing dynasty closed an ancient end. Every age leaves stories bright. History and myth ignite in endless light. China's history moves in mystery through the night. Footsteps of this land enchant the world in light. Han dynasty opened Silk Road winds. Three Kingdoms dynasty turned war to tales. Qin dynasty led ink and mountains bloom. Sui dynasty carved the Grand Canal. Tang dynasty crowned the world with art. Song dynasty raised learning's flame.